Hello, everybody. It's a writer-ish here, and welcome to a second series that we're going to be starting. We recently started the Create Above and Beyond series, and I want to have another series going so that way I don't get burned out, or I can focus on one series if I'm feeling more into that. It's just, we're going to see what my brain would like for that day. In this series, we are going to be playing the MineColonies mod, and I am super duper excited for this one. I've played on it quite a bit in a personal world, and I would like to be able to share it with you. So I'm going to go ahead get started here. I've already gotten some fruit because there's a wonderful mod in this mod pack of, I believe it's Croptopia. Yep, Croptopia. And you can get so many cool things from there. And we actually got super duper lucky with our spawn point by finding a bunch of good stuff here. This will be super duper helpful in getting us started. Like, we've already gotten obsidian and we're not that far in. Actually, we have enough obsidian to go right to the nether. Like, we could go right into the nether, but we're not going to quite do that. We're going to go ahead and just find ourselves a spot. Oh, we need iron for that. We're going to go ahead and find ourselves a spot to be able to actually just start our colony. So here's some of the things with Croptopia. So you can actually find these little plants growing all over the place. Like, we just got spinach, which we will be, actually our farmers will be able to use all these sort of different crops that we can get just all over the world to make all sorts of different kinds of food. And it's going to be super duper great because there's like tons of fun little recipes that are created here. So if we look at like Croptopia, you can see, oh, we have a missing texture there, but you could see we have so many different foods that we can make, which is going to be great if we want to ever make like a massive fun kitchen. You can see we have more crops here. We have another bit of spinach, and this one's strawberries. Here's another one of those mods that we get is we have repurposed structures. So there is a birch witch's hut. We are going to be avoiding that for sure. I thought I saw something off in the distance. If you cannot tell, it's my favorite biome. I love the dark oak, and it's going to be super duper useful. Although I am going to do just a bit more exploration to see if I can find any place that I would like to be able to call at least our first home. Ooh, it looks like we found an abandoned village. Oh, that's fun. And I think this would be a kind of fun little area to be able to actually start up our colony. So I'm going to go ahead, get some stuff ready, take a peek around here, see if we have anything good. Hopefully clean up my inventory because as you can see, it is a disaster. And we will go ahead and start getting settled here. If we take a look on the map, here we are right now, right in this area. And our spawn point was all the way right down here. Although actually looking around a bit, it would be really difficult for us to go ahead and have our first colony here. So I'm going to go ahead, mark this on our map for a future colony. And for some reason, there seems to be a glitch with Define in this version where the text gets a little bit fuzzy. I'm looking into finding a way to patch that, but I am not sure if I will be able to. So we're going to just go ahead and mark this as future colony. Confirm, and let's go ahead and just disable that real fast so that way it doesn't appear. And we should be good to go ahead and find a more permanent spot for us to start. Although, what is that? Yeah, this structure is so cool. Oh, find Witch Castle, discover the Witch Castle dungeon. I don't think so. I think I'm going to get out of here. Let's see. I'm not seeing any witches in there, but dare I take a peek inside? I hear zombies. I kind of want to take a peek inside. Ooh, I already like the vibes here. Some good stuff in here. Let's see. I have my inventory's all cluttered up. I'm going to mark this and we're going to come back soon. All right, well, I do think I found where we're going to be starting off. It's not too far away from that waypoint we just made. That one's about 400 meters away. So this is the area right here. It's relatively flat, which is good because it's going to be so difficult to start off in like a hilly environment. Plus, we have some really cool features around here. We already have a lava pit. We have just like all this enormous flat ground. And then if we head back up, we have this really neat like crater thing. And this would be a great place to have like a mine or something like a giant structure. But first things first, let's go ahead and get settled right down there. Whoa. Looks like we have a massive dripstone cave right under us. And that's a slime. Oh, good. There's a slime chunk right down there. That's fantastic. But I spotted some danger iron up here. And what is danger iron, I hear you asking? This is danger iron. Luckily, it should be pretty easy to make it not danger iron. Now that we've got ourselves established over here, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the stony beach that we have right here, see if I can find any iron, and I know we have some iron right in here, so... Well, it looks like this stony beach is actually completely absent of surface level iron, so instead we're just going to go ahead, hop up into here, and the way that I was able to get up before is by climbing trees. Just like this. It's a pretty nice, nifty little way up here. And I know if we head over this way, there's actually iron in this chest, and we will be able to collect it this time. 3 bits of iron, some redstone, some gunpowder, some beetroot seeds, and some horse armor. Alright, I really do want to take a peek in here, but if it gets to... I heard a witch. If it gets dangerous, I am headed right out. I'm not staying here for very long at all. Let's see. So there's one witch in here, right down there. So maybe if we head up, we'll be luckier. What are you? Oh, interesting. Looks like it's just a mod pen. Oh, you have a spawner. No, thank you. Alright, let's see. Can we destroy this in time? Yes, there we go. Okay. Well, that didn't quite go as planned, but at least... Oh! No! There's an enchantment table here. There's 2 enchantment tables. What the heck? Okay. Well, this is going to make life so much easier for us. We got a wolf spawn egg. Oh, heck yeah. And an iron sword. Good. Well, absolutely 100% take you. And that just, yeah, it's just a player hat that we had there. And more horse armor, but 2 and... Oh, I made a mistake. I made another mistake. Can I break in time? Break, 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 break. Okay. Whew. That got my adrenaline up a little bit, but let's go ahead and heal up some more before we have to fight even more things. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and head up another level. This isn't half as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, here's the spawner. Break, 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 break. Okay, where's the witch? Because oh my gosh, there's 3 witches. Not a fan of that. Oh, there you are. There we go. I think the rest of them are upstairs. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, that's not good, that's not good. Out of here, out of here. Ah! This is gonna be my first death, I know it. And running, running, running. Nope, that's a ladder, that's a ladder. Nope, I am 1 hit away from death. Gotta heal up, let the poison run out. Are they following me? Okay, good, they're not following me. You know what? I may actually want to keep one of the spawners, so that way we could turn it into a farm later. So I'm going to steal some of these torches just off the walls here and see if we can get it one of the spawners. I think it's just one more that's up here. Let's go ahead and clear this out a bit first. Let's go ahead and make sure we're going to try and deactivate the spawner as quickly as possible. Okay, yeah, no, that was super duper easy. Okay, cool. So now we can actually just make a spawner-based witch farm, I suppose. And with that done and dusted, I think it's time that we actually start working on our colony. Now, first things first is what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a supply camp. We can choose either a ship or a camp. Since we're not near the sea for this one, we're going to go with a ship, which is just 5 chests. We kind of want to place it further away from where our colony is going to be because it's not actually a functional building. So taking a look over here, we might have some good spots. Oh, I was just trying to find a place for us to be able to place this, and looks like there is an abandoned colony over there. So you can occasionally find these. These are basically just like a full colony that is in a broken down or disrepair state. One of the nice things though about finding these is if we go inside here, they still have their blocks. So we can actually go ahead, pick these up and take them with us. So after raiding that village there, we got a ton of stuff. We got 3 restaurants, 6 guard towers, a builder's hut, a forester's hut, 4 houses, 2 fields, warrior's hut, mine, farm, 4 taverns, and we got some racks. And I also killed a couple pillagers and got a blessing book, which has a chance to receive a buff when hit. So that will be a good thing to apply to our armor in the future. But our main base is going to be right over there, so I was thinking that up here on this hill would be the perfect place to drop our supply camp. Now this one, I'm probably going to have to just flatten out this little area here. And with this all cleared out, you can see we have a pretty clear view of this valley in which we're going to be building our colony. So let's go ahead and grab this. We'll take a peek at that one, Rank Trader, in just a moment. So we have the supply camp, and I think for this one, we're probably going to go with oak. This is going to be a kind of like oak standard village. So if we look at the wooden supply camp, this is kind of what I'm thinking for going with this. The entrance, I believe, is on the other side. So let's go ahead and flip this around. Yeah, there's the entrance right there. And we're going to go ahead and move it over just a little bit more. Don't quite want to bump into that tree, and everything here has to be flat. So this technically wouldn't be valid because those 2 blocks are not on flat ground. Let's go ahead and just do that. And I believe if we click there, perfect, there we go. We have some stuff in here that's going to help us get started. Mostly we have some charcoal and wooden tools, which we're not really going to need, but we could give to our colonists. And we have some food as well. So we are going to be able to use this stuff here to get going. And that building right there is what we're going to do next. So our town hall is quite literally the center of our village. So we do want to place it as close to the center as we're going to be. And we're going to fan the rest of the buildings out from there. So this right here, like this little dip where everything kind of comes in, I think this is exactly where we're going to place it. So let's go ahead and use our build tool. We're going to go ahead and select town hall. Let's see, what does the wooden version look like? If we go ahead, step out here. So that's what's going to look like at level 1. But what I recommend you do is take a look at what's going to look like at level 5, which I think that one looks super cool. But I'm going to go ahead and just take a look through all the other ones, see if there's one that I like more for our village. You know what? I think I kind of like medieval oak a little bit more than just the plain old wooden. Although I do want to eventually have a basically colony for every single type. So I think for this one, we're actually still going to just go with the wooden version. That's also going to make it pretty easy for us to actually be able to build. It's not going to be terribly resource intensive, especially at level 1. So let's go ahead. That looks like a pretty good spot for it for me. Move it just over a little bit more. And perfect. There we go. Now let's go ahead and take a nap. All right, so something we're going to notice pretty soon is we're going to actually get colonists that start appearing at our town hall. So we're going to start off with 4 colonists eventually. But first things first, I always forget to do this. We have to right click here, create new colony. There we go. Now that our first settlers will be arriving soon. So I'm going to go ahead. There's a couple things in here that I'm going to go ahead and turn off. Like in our settings, I don't want kids to be born quite yet. I want our flag. We're going to go with like a dark purple. I love purple so much. We're going to manually hire our workers. Housing can be automatic. I'm not too worried about that. And yeah, that looks good. Now we just have to wait for our first colonists to arrive. While we're waiting for that, we can go ahead and find a place for our builder's hut. This is going to be the very first building that we build, and it will be required for us to be able to build any other buildings. So let's go ahead and find a good space for it. I don't want it to be too close to the town hall. I want it to be more in like a centralized area in which we're going to be expanding. And I think we're going to start expanding this way first. So I'm going to go ahead, plop some stuff down, do some planning around here, and let's see where it gets us. One thing that I do recommend that you do is whenever you are building a building, I would recommend going ahead, heading to the corners and just like replacing this construction tape line at the very corners with cobblestone. That way you are able to plan out exactly what you want your village to look like much better than you'd be able to if you didn't have the exact markings, because once the building is built, these will disappear. And you can tell when you're getting close to the border because these lines will appear, and they'll only appear when you're holding the build tool. And so I think this little step up right here is going to be where we place our builder set. So let's go ahead, place that down, and step back so we can actually take a look at it. So this is what a level 1 builder set would look like. This would be a pretty fast build. But what I like to do, again, is always look at it at level 5 because that's how we're hopefully going to be ending for this building. So I do, yeah, want it facing towards the town hall. So that looks good there. I may push it back a little bit further. We can push it back a couple more blocks, just right to there. And it is a little bit difficult, but I am perfectly fine with those cobblestones jutting out there. And this is kind of a cute little building. I don't want to go overboard, especially with our first actual colony. I do plan on doing multiple colonies, so we will see where things do end up going. For this first one, I think that looks good. So it looks like we do have our first colonist here. Let's go ahead and take a look and meet her, Lorelei. Hi, Lorelei. Let's see. So your skills, yeah, your first colonists are not going to be very good, but we can go ahead and get you to work, although I'm going to wait for a couple more to arrive just to see who is going to be our best builder, at least to start off with. While we're waiting for everyone to get here, I'm going to go ahead and craft a couple things that's going to be super useful. The first thing, this is going to be our clipboard. This is going to let us know exactly what requests that we have going on. Super duper useful in knowing exactly what your villagers need. And to use it, you just have to simply shift right click on the colony. And if we right click on here, we can see all the requests our colonists have. Now that we actually have colonists, it's going to be super duper important for us to remember to sleep as soon as possible at night because they have no one really to protect them beyond me, and I am wearing golden pants. All right, so it looks like we have all 4 of our colonists here, so let's go ahead and assign them to at least one of them to this builder site here. So if we go ahead, right click on here, yep, I know all that stuff. If we click manage workers, we can take a look. So it looks like the most important aspect is adaptability followed by athletics. And it looks like Alina is going to be our best one here. So we're going to go ahead, hire her. And do the same thing by just shift right clicking on there. We can see all of the required resources that she's going to need in order to build the set. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get that started. So build options, you can see exactly what we're going to need here. It's primarily just oak stuff. It should be a really, really fast one to build. We're going to go ahead, click build building. Now, if we take a peek at this resource scroll, it should tell us everything that we're going to need for this build. So I'm going to go ahead, gather all that up, and then we will actually go ahead and do a time lapse for this one. just like that, our tavern is completely built. If we want to go ahead and take a peek inside here, all of our citizens will be able to have beds now. They'll be able to sleep through the night, which is very much a good thing. We have like a little nook in here. If we head upstairs, this is where all the beds are. This is where our colonists will be sleeping throughout the night and hopefully getting some more happiness, because not being able to sleep for a while... Oh, hi. How did you get in here? Not being able to sleep for a while has definitely made them sad. And this is what I was talking about when we could get more people coming to visit our colony. This is someone who came to visit. We can recruit him for 5 enchanted books. If we look at the citizen stats, you can see they are significantly better than the citizens that we currently have. So this is probably going to be the way that we're going to try to get citizens going forward, although citizens can be born naturally as well. All right, and with that, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. There's just a couple things I would like to do in between episodes. I'm going to get a couple other buildings built just so that way we can get things a little bit more started here. We're going to go ahead and build a guard tower, a forester's hut, and maybe a farm, maybe a mine. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how much I'll do between episodes, but I do want to go ahead, just place those down, give you all an idea of what's going to be going on so we don't come back and have like 2 new buildings and wonder, oh my gosh, where did those come from? Oh, but it's a good thing I came right over here because these dudes will actually legitimately kill our fun little dudes, our little colonists, so gotta get rid of them and hopefully not die. I was thinking this man right here would be a pretty good place to build a little forester's hut. And here's what that one will look like at level 5. I may actually bring this over and down a level, just like that. I think then, yeah, we'll just be able to get rid of this mound here and that will look so much better. And finally for the guard tower, we're going to place it right over here, right by our town hall. Just like that, and there we go. So in between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and get those 2 built. I'll see what other resources gathering I need to do to make sure our next episode goes real well. But I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, and apparently I have an arrow stuck through my head. That has not got to be good for my brain. We can make scrambled little egg brains in there. Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you do, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. But I hope you all have an absolutely incredible day, and I will see you hopefully in the next episode. Goodbye!